Hello and welcome to TVC News. At 1, I am Aboseti Adeniwaduremi. We are still tracking developments in the nation's capital, where the Supreme Court is delivering judgment on some appeals filed by the Rivers State and other key players. A 5-member panel of the Supreme Court has unanimously declared the local government election conducted in Rivers State invalid for violating the Electoral Act. Justice Jamilu Tukur, who read the lead judgment, held that the actions of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission is declared null and void for lack of substantial compliance to the Electoral Act and guidelines as the electoral body continued voter registration after announcing an election date. The Apex Court also ordered the Central Bank of Nigeria to stop allocation to Rivers State until an appropriation law is duly enacted. The court also ruled that Martin Amewule and 26 others remain members of the Rivers State House of Assembly and that they should immediately resume their duties as lawmakers. According to the Apex Court, Governor Siminala Ifubara's fear of impeachment is not a justified reason for the attack on the State Assembly. The Apex Court ruled that until the House of Assembly is duly constituted and the appropriation bill presented before the Amewule-led House of Assembly, all allocations due to Rivers State remain stopped. It added that the doctrine of necessity adopted by the state government is for the governor to continue his brazen subversion of the democratic government of Rivers State, which is an act of indiscipline and excessive use of executive might. The crisis in Rivers State, it's noted, is due to the non-adherence to the rule of law and the flagrant disobedience of court orders. Well, let's now speak with senior reporter Celestina Rea, who is monitoring this development. Celestina, what is the implication of this judgment at the Supreme Court?
Well, about today, what this means is that the government needs to present the appropriation bill before the House of Assembly led by Martin Amewule, and also the local government election that was conducted is invalid, which means another election will be conducted. And for the fact that the issue of defection from one party to another is not raised before the court today, what this also means is that the government needs to tone down on his use of executive power as set by the Supreme Court. That the way the governor attacked the House of Assembly and also demolishing the building, the complex, is unconstitutional. The government needs to uphold the oath he swore to protect as the government. So moving forward, I see an issue of if those lawmakers actually defected. This case is before the House of the Rivers High Court in Rivers State. But speaking to the senior advocate who represented the House of Assembly, he said this judgment has also decided on that already. It becomes that because the House of Assembly is academic. So right now, Martin Amewule and the other 26 lawmakers need to resume their duty as lawmakers.
All right, well, Celestina, was the Supreme Court now specific about the appropriation bill of which fiscal year should be presented before the Martin Amewule-led Assembly?
Okay, we recall that the governor, through his counsel, came to the Supreme Court last week or thereabout, withdrew his application challenging the judgment of the Court of Appeal, which ordered him to represent the budget before Martin Amewule House of Assembly. His grounds was on the fact that was 2024 and it becomes academic because the year has already passed. But the Supreme Court said that it's not just really because of 2024. It's an issue of constitution and the observance of the constitution and the rule of law. What about this year? The court said it is a live issue. So now, although the one of 2024 is passed, but one of 2025, it has to be this particular year, and the government will need to represent before Martin Amewule House of Assembly.
And how are parties to the suit reacting to the judgment of the Supreme Court?
About today, of course, it is the Apex Court and the decision is final. There's no other or further room to appeal. And there is a call from counsel that we spoke to for the governor to obey this particular judgment. Of course, the judgment of the Supreme Court is final. So what we are going to do now is wait and see how the governor obey the court orders or the decision of the court and how he applies them to the rulings of the state. According to the court, that his actions is that of dictatorial, and the governor cannot, with his own will, decide to collapse the structure of the legislature. We have 3 arms of government, and they must coexist for governance to take place in Rivers State.
Senior reporter Celestina for us in Abuja. Thank you, Celestina Rea, for that update.